Welcome back. So, the announcement is here. Enlisted Reinforced will be released in early access on Steam. So, how does this affect you and me? Well, number one, there's the obvious. We're going to get more players playing the game, and that's going to be awesome, because the more people that play this game, the bigger it'll grow, the more badass content we're going to get running around and blowing the world away in World War II. And I can get behind that. But there are some parts of this that are more important for you and for me. But I guess we'll get there in a minute. So going down the list, it's going to be able to play on Steam and on the Steam Deck. As somebody who has a Steam Deck, I don't know if I'm going to take advantage of this one. I mostly got it so I could use it when I was out. It's cool when you're traveling. But if I'm in my house, I like my PC. Still, that's really nice. It's really nice whenever a game is usable on the Steam Deck and comes with like native control usage and you don't have to go and map it all yourself and whatnot. Anyway, they talk about how it's going to have some closed beta testing for that. Now, here's the part where it's important for you and for me. There's going to be early access bundles that will unlock unique game content, as well as support the development and creation of unique features specifically for the Steam Deck. It will also include full crossplay. Now, here's the fun part. Early access bundles will include fully equipped, unique squads with engineers. So this sounds like premium squads, but they're not calling them premium squads. I'm really curious to see how they actually turn out, because they're not saying a whole lot about them. They say that they're going to be unique, they say that they're going to be fully equipped, and that they're going to have an engineer. That sounds like a premium squad, but normally if Gaijin's coming out with a premium vehicle, or if they're coming out with a premium squad, they call it a premium upfront. Now, they'll be able to use them for their first battles, to overcome any opponent, so assume that this is going to be on par with things that are either BR3 or BR5. I can't say which, but I imagine it'll be BR2 stuff that's competitive with BR3, or it'll be BR5 squads. Otherwise, they wouldn't quite be the same. Now, the cost of the bundles themselves will be much lower than the total cost of the squads, so this kind of sounds similar to the Elite Starter, which I recently found out still exists, but they've changed the composition of it. For those who only want the unique content in Early Access Enlisted Reinforced, they'll be adding bundles with the same content to the Gaijin.net store to ensure that they don't offend those who support us. So, that's really nice. So in the past, if you guys have played War Thunder, in the past when they've released on Xbox or PlayStation, they released special bundles that included special premium vehicles. So on Xbox, they have the Chrysler XM1. I think it's got a different turret. I'm pretty sure on PC we have the GM XM1. And you could link your accounts together eventually, and you could get both, but for the most part, people on PC had one XM1 and people on console had the other one. And I think people on console actually got access to both of them, but it was a console exclusive for a little while. There's also an A20 that I think came out with the PlayStation, and I think there's a couple other vehicles, but the point is, in the past, when they did these things, they came out with vehicles that were exclusive to the platform, and they were not available everywhere. And I'm sure that ruffled some feathers by people who, want to collect everything, or people who thought that that particular vehicle was really cool. Like, I remember when the XM1 came out, a lot of my friends wanted to get that XM1 so that they could have two XM1s, but, it is what it is. It's really nice, though, that for people who want to play on Steam, there's going to be bundles available for you that are a starter pack, that are affordable. And it's also really nice that for those of you who are already invested in the game and want to expand your lineup or get more stuff, or who knows, maybe these squads are actually going to be really, really unique and be really, really cool. They'll be available for us too. So, plans for the future. The decision on the format of further distribution of Enlisted and Reinforced will depend on the success of the closed testing. Enlisted will continue to be free on our official website as well as consoles, so nothing's changing there. Now, let's look at the FAQ. Will there be an option to keep my existing progression? Yes. Purchasing a Reinforced bundle on Steam will also give you access to link your Gaijin.net account and your existing progression to your Steam account through the game's closed testing. Do I have to buy a bundle on the Steam Deck separately? No. You just use your account that has access to Enlisted, Reinforced, and everything will work. What will be in the Reinforced bundles? Alright, so here's more info for us. There will be 3 bundles with different content and price, but even the smallest will give you access to Enlisted Reinforced. They will include rare vehicles and infantry squads. There will be vehicles too. They didn't say that above. We've taken your suggestions into account and added engineers to them, so new players will be ready for the challenges of Enlisted battles from the very beginning. That's really good, because I don't know how long all of you have been around, but back in the day, premium squads did not come with engineers. And this is still an issue on some squads today, but all of the assault squads and eventually all of the machine gun squads got engineers. So there's lots of these legacy squads that exist where it's a 4-man squad and you can add an engineer onto it. And that engineer isn't like a premium guy, he uses normal engineer weapons, but you can stick him in the squad. So think the German bar squad, or the American bar squad, or the Schaushat squad, or the dual mag MP40 squad, just to name a few. But there are more than that. So all of these squads are taking the lessons that they learned a year or two ago, and they're applying them. To be honest, I'm not sure why they had to mention that here, but it's good that they at least understand that engineers are a necessary part of squads. Now, if they could just stick an engineer in the 9-man premium rifleman squads, that would also be a step in the right direction. But I digress. It's interesting that they said that we're getting vehicles in these too. They say that they're rare, so I don't know if this means that they're things that are already existing that are rare, or these are things that are going to be rare. I guess we'll see. Like, these bundles might have a limited time to them. I imagine that they probably won't, because the Elite Starter is still a thing. Although, admittedly, the Elite Starter has changed quite a bit from how it used to be. Is there a difference between the new Steam and Gaijin.net store bundles? Each Steam bundle gives you access to the testing of Enlisted Reinforced on Steam. Buying a bundle in the Gaijin.net store will simply get you the exact same squads, weapons, and exclusive content, but without access to the Steam version of the game. However, from purchases in the Gaijin.net store, the developers will receive the funds in full for further development. So, I know that seems like a little thing there, the funds in full thing, you could almost neglect it, but actually, Steam takes a percentage, I think it's like 30%. It's, like, I remember it being a not insignificant portion of the total price, which is usually why, if you look at War Thunder, if you buy things on Steam, they're usually more expensive on Steam than they are getting them off the Gaijin store. So, as for me personally, I'm probably not going to bother moving my account over to Steam. I have War Thunder on Steam, and, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible to move my account over. I'd be able to, like, track my hours in game that way. That'd be kind of neat. But, like, I don't really gain anything by moving my account over to Steam. And even with War Thunder, even though I have my account on Steam, I pretty much exclusively buy shit off the Gaijin store anyway, because, number one, it's all going to Gaijin, and number two, it costs less. So, I don't know. It's interesting news, to say the least. Stay tuned, because in the future, when they announce what the new toys are going to be, I will certainly talk about them. I'm excited to see where this goes. I don't think they've announced a date yet for the March 28th. There we go. There's a date. So, about a week. Well, a little over a week, but about a week away. I'm sure that we'll get more information about what these squads are going to be between now and then. But yeah, I'm excited. Steam release. Whoo! More players. So, as per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.